All right, the Will Smith, Chris Rock incident has comedy clubs and comedians around the country feeling nervous. I can only imagine, rightfully so. So TMZ got these pictures of one club in New York. They posted a sign saying comics must be protected. It goes on to say heckling and physical abuse of comics is prohibited and patrons will be immediately removed. Other comedy clubs are beefing up security and will have staff positioned near the stage to keep their comics safe. How does that make you feel, Al?
I mean, I don't know if comics are nervous because it's been happening for a long time. And, you know, I don't even want to speak this into existence. But, Erica, you and I talked during the break a little while ago, and I was saying comedy clubs are the only place where you can have direct access to an A-list celebrity. Because when somebody like Chris Rock is working out for an HBO special, he's at, you know, the Hilarities in Cleveland, shout out. You know, he's at the Funny Bone. So you can go see him and you can sit this close. Right. Could you get this close to J-Lo or, you know, Beyonce? There's no way. You wouldn't even be in the same hotel. But you can get really close to comics, and in this political age where people are telling jokes about things that people feel very sensitive, what if somebody, you don't know, there's no metal detector. It's very scary. So, you know, I think about John Caparulo. I was doing a show with him.
I love John.
Yeah, and it's on TMZ, but I was doing a show with him at the Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa Beach, and a woman threw a glass of wine at him, a full glass of wine, like she was front row, first seat. You've been to that club. It's 2 feet away.
Right.
And, you know, he showed incredible restraint, but the violence that's enacted upon comedians and the lack of security, which we even saw at the Oscars, is really scary and like something needs to be done.
How are you feeling? Because you travel every weekend, you perform all over the country. Mm-hmm. Are you more hesitant now?
I wouldn't say that I'm more hesitant, but I'm very cognizant of what's going on in the room at all times, and I'm cognizant of faces and what's going on. That guy hasn't laughed one time. This guy's got his arms folded now. All right, now there's clearly something happening at the table, but I want to keep the show going. So there's a lot of little fires going on during the entire show, and somebody's come on the stage with me before. My buddy, it was just a drunken woman. She was harmless, but I didn't know that. You don't know what somebody has on them or what they intend to do. It's just you're very vulnerable, because even if you're in a band, you got your guitar, you can swing or something like that, or you got your drummer. When you're a comic, it's just you, and a lot of times there's no security standing there, so if something does happen, by the time a kitchen member or like a security guard outside gets there, you don't know what can happen. So I think for comedy clubs, it's tough because they want to hire security, but it's a thin margin. It's like a restaurant. You know, how many restaurants do you know are like razor thin, even when the restaurant's doing great? So I get that it's tough to hire security guards as well. So do we have to wait till a tragedy happens? I hope not.
It's the ripple effect that I talked about earlier. It's not just hitting what happened on that stage. It's next year. Are they going to have an elevated stage? Someone who can't get up there that easily? If Will Smith had 10 seconds to walk up there, would he have done what he did? I don't know,
it's
right?
Weird.
And now to going to comedy clubs and other things, this changes everything. The ripple effect that this is going to have, the access that you have to celebrity, it's going to change. Absolutely. Definitely.
Especially because it was normalized.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I get it. Everybody didn't know what to do. They didn't know if it was a bit, but at the end of the day, on television, to all of us watching, it was normalized.
And 40% of people still are like, you know, I could see it.